Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to I Know Dope People. This is your girl, Queen Aishah, and we are in for a Saturday funny morning. So we got my girl, ALISHA Coley here. I'm telling Mario TORY ain't got here yet, but he was up late last night. Mario is everywhere performing, so I sent him a friendly text reminder. Brother, my Sagittarius brother, hop on in. We got 1 hour, so we're going to have a tremendous time today laughing, learning about the ins and outs of being a comedian, an entertainer, and all. The first person we're going to bring is ALISHA Coley. She is a comedian, writer, businesswoman, actress, and voice of woman everywhere. Let me bring it over here so y'all can say, why is she looking to the side? She says she feels that she wants to empower women to speak up for all circumstances. In 2019, she was recommended to continuously she was recommended to be a feature at the Laughing Skull Lounge and has been nominated as one of Atlanta's funniest female comedians. ALISHA Coley prides herself on expressing her love through the performing arts by staying self-motivated and active within the entertainment world. She has been featured in productions such as Dreamgirls as Miss Morgan, the lawyer attorney, Four Sides of Every Story as Eva, and Must Be the Music starring Charles S. Dutton and Lisa Wu. And her voice has been featured on many R&B and hip hop hooks from several Philly artists. Philly. And she has 2 of her own comedy nights in the Atlanta, Georgia area. One is called Comedy After Dark in Decatur, Georgia, and We Funny Wednesdays in Snellville, Georgia. Please put your hands together for my comedy sister and East Coast homegirl, Miss ALISHA Coley. What's up, lady?
How you doing?
Fine. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for I Know Dope People. Yes. So let me tell you how I met Miss ALISHA Coley. Our homegirl in common, B Flat. B Flat is a hilarious comedian and a dope, just human individual, right?
Yeah, that's my girl.
Cool. Yes. And she was coming to town. This was pre-pandemic. I think it was like 2018. She was coming to town and she had told me, because B Flat is my girl, like the first time I went to England, I went with B Flat and she had me everywhere. We went to Harrods. We went upstairs, I think, to the Tiffany Cafe and had tea and put our pinky up. She knew London in and out. She had me everywhere.
Nice.
Just really, really cool. So she was coming to Atlanta and she told me she was doing this show in Decatur, Georgia. I was like, where? It sounds far as hell. I was like,
everybody say that.
Right. I was like, where that at? Where that at? And I was living on the south side at that time. And she was like, ALISHA Coley. I was like, well, that name sounds familiar, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I looked at it, I was like, it's like over an hour and a half. But I was like, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm new to Atlanta. I'm still learning, you know. So she hit me up. It was on Saturday afternoon, and she was actually in Texas, maybe Houston, I think. And I think the weather was bad there. And she was like, yo, Queen, I ain't going to make it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, am I still going to go? Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna catch this show another time. And we connected from there. I'd hit you up to do your show, and you was like, I'm gonna get back to you. And then this was like way after we connected through B Flat, and then it was like pandemic time.
Yep.
We lost contact. And then I hit you up because I was itching to get out the house. It was pandemic. I was like, yo, I'm gonna put a mask on. I'm going up in a comedy club. I need to feel some laughter and see some people. Now that time I'm living on the north side. And it's closer to me, like 15 or 20 minutes. That night,
I have to say real quick that comedian AD had booked you. Yes. He was like, Queen came in here and tore it up. You ain't meet Queen yet. You ain't ever seen her yet. And I'm like, not yet, but I know who she is and I'm going to get her. Like, I'm going to get to it. Like, yes.
Yes. And AD got a dope room, too. He got a dope room, too. Y'all, let me tell you something. In Atlanta, y'all stay on the south side and in Atlanta, the Atlanta metro area, but the north side is popping. Let's be very clear.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. So ALISHA, I went, it was Halloween last year, and you were Wonder Woman. Girl, first of all, the energy in that space is so dope. It's a Black-owned establishment, and I had never saw you perform before. And I was like, this woman crazy as hell. And you cut up. They was joning on your Wonder Woman outfit. It was so much fun that night. We had
Yes.
so much fun that night.
Yes,
So
we have a good time there, you know, and I wanted everybody to come dressed up. A lot of people didn't, which was fine, but the ones that did, the TOC girls that came in here, and I forgot what Diamond was. She just had on all black, you know, but Diamond is from Crime Mob, like, you know, she was there. So yeah, we had a good time. And we didn't do it again this year, but we're going to do something for Christmas this year. So we always have some kind of theme going on, you know, around the holidays at Eddie's place in Tequila. So yeah.
Yes, it's a fun place. Really good energy. And I think just as the host, like you kept it going. So, you know, at my comedy, just know tomorrow for my birthday, I said, oh, I'm borrowing this from Alicia. This is real cool. I got a theme song and everything. The birthday dance is so much fun. The DJ is cool. So if y'all ever in Georgia, Tequila on the north side, it ain't that far. It's just in your spirit. It just sounds far, like slaves ran real far from that side.
Right. I was talking to comedian Hamburger because I'm trying to get him down there. He was like, where? Yeah. Where is that? I was like, it's like 45 minutes from the city. You'll be fine. Come on down here.
Yes, Hamburger, cool. Jersey, East Coast.
Yeah.
Yes, East Coast. I'm texting my producer.
And it would be like, I'm telling you, some of the people that I've worked with, older comedians, like vets in the game, as opposed to the new people. It's always great when you've seen people on TV, like coming up as a young girl coming up, and you see people on TV and you don't know where your path is going. You don't know where it's going to take you, you know, and then you like, oh my God, I'm on the phone with Hamburger, you know, I'm talking to Rodney Perry, like I'm talking to Barbara Carlisle, like this is crazy. You know, so it's really been an amazing journey.
Yes.
So amazing.
Yes. How long have you, how did you get into entertainment?
Okay. So first time ever hitting a stage was in elementary school, because I used to do talent shows like every year. We would have talent shows. And I don't even remember. And my mom had me in dance school. So I took tap, jazz, and ballet because I wanted to be a triple threat. Like if I was going to do it, I was going to do it all. Like give me all of it, Mom. I want all of it, all the smoke. So of course we would do recitals and stuff like that. But I just love the stage and I love performing no matter what genre, industry, area, whatever. I just like being on stage. And so we did that, and I can recall a time when they taught us this African dance, right? And I'm out there and I'm doing my thing, and I'm doing it, and then my little African skirt fall down, and I'm like, oh shoot! I look to the side, keep looking to the side. She's like, keep going. I was like, oh God, got it. So instead of me stopping, I was like, okay, and the audience chuckled a little bit, like you could hear the audience chuckle, but my little booty kept on. I'm like, I'm getting this African dance. So, girl, I was like, okay, so this is nice, and I was comfortable being on stage, and from that, like that just sparked a thing for me, like continuously doing talent shows. Then I went to move to plays, and then when I was in church on the choir, they did the Wiz. Okay. And they selected me to be Dorothy. And I was like, this is the lead role. Oh.
I know.
Girl, I was singing my butt off, acting my butt off. And we did that for 3 years at the church. Wow. So it really was amazing to carry that type of play. And people came and they watched it and supported it. And I probably was like, probably like 12, 13.
I was going to ask how old you were. So you was giving out autographs.
Girl, was I?
Like 3 years, here you go again. I saw you last year, here you go again. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that talent, just being in the arts at a young age is important. It's funny, my mother still laughs to this day because she put me and my 2 sisters in ballet. She's like, I wanted to be a ballerina. So I put y'all in ballet, but y'all failed me because none of y'all I said, but we can dance. I can play and put on my tutu. Like,
I got some nice calves and thighs, mama.
That's right. I know my positions. I know how to use the ballet board. We got that. Yes, that's so dope. So dope. So you did plays, and then from doing your plays, doing plays at church, where did you go from there?
So yeah, I continued to do all of that. But then I moved to trying to get into the acting business, you know, because I wanted to do that. And I was like, you know what? continued to do plays. I worked with a playwright named J. Raina Smith that was out of Philly. She's in Atlanta now. Shout out to her. And she did a couple of plays in Philly that I was a part of. And then I was at Dream Girls, as you saw in there. I did not get a role of a dream girl because I had a sinus infection that was so bad. And they were like, no, keep singing. And I was like, yeah, and I am telling you. And I'm like, they like, keep singing. I'm like, I got a sinus infection. Like, hey, none of this coming out. Right. And they was like, well, we couldn't put you in a role of a dream girl, but we do need you for the, what do they call it? Ensemble part. Okay. So I played like 3 roles, did background vocals and all of that for the actual play. Oh, and I did that in Jersey. Okay.
Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was off Broadway with that one. But nonetheless, we did it.
Look, you was off Broadway, off the turnpike.
Right.
Y'all got to be from up north to know about the turnpike. Know your exit.
Right. Know your exit. So did that. And then I kept on going. And then you talked about Must Be the Music. So Must Be the Music was, and I'll just tell you, this is an interesting story. And I'll try to keep it short. But Must Be the Music was a thing written by someone in Philadelphia. And the producer of it, shout out to Steve, the producer of it had a movie, Must Be the Music. And so we were putting that up. We had actors like Charles Dutton was Dad. I forget the lady's name that played his wife, but Lisa Wu was in it. Clifton Powell was in it. So many great names. Snoop from The Wire, she was in it. And more, Tasha Smith, she was in it. I don't know how I can forget her because I did her acting workshop in DC and she is the bomb. Okay. So we put the movie, we started filming the movie. Girl, you talking about getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get to set by 5 o'clock in the morning, and they were filming in Philly. So I was like, this is great. Don't you know, this is what I'm hearing. So I'm putting my quotes up for everybody, but they could go read it if you want to. The script was stolen by Lee Daniels. Oh. And that's where Empire stemmed from. So while we were doing, Charles Dutton was, oh gosh, what's his name? Maine. Come on, Maine. What's his name? Light skin, green eye.
No, you got me.
Girl, I can't. Empire Dad.
What's the name?
Yeah, him.
Oh Lord, his name is right. I can't even believe that
he played the same role in every damn movie.
Right.
So yes,
that is
him.
So sad.
He was the dad in the movie, and then Snoop in our movie, Snoop from The Wire was the gay daughter. They turned that into Jesse Smollett's role in the Lee Daniels Empire, and then
Terrence Howard, Lucius line.
Yes, Terrence Howard. Yes, so he was the dad, and then Charles Dutton was the dad. So they kind of changed places, and then it was a whole big thing. It was a whole big thing where lawsuits were trying to come into play, saying that the script got leaked, and then they changed the name of it, but they took the same concept. And so our video, our movie basically got bought out some kind of way because they hit the TV first. Gotcha. So we never made it to the big screen at all. So it was like a big waste of money and all of that. And it was stuff beyond our control. But I thought I was about to blow. I was like, oh, yes, I'm about to blow.
Yes. Brush your shoulder off.
I was a detective in this movie.
But you never know.
Girl, they done stole script. I said,
you never know what God.
That was my time.
I know. Yes, right. We have those disappointments. And it's so funny just talking about those types of things and being an artist. And it's like you're like a triple, quadruple threat. You sing, you dance, you do comedy, all of those things. It's like we have these opportunities that come to us, and then things like that happen, and it kind of crushes your spirit. So with stuff like that, how do you get your spirit crushed, but then pick yourself up?
Oh, girl, I feel like I've been through so much stuff, even deeper than that, or more strenuous than that. That really was nothing, because yes, you do feel like some things you feel like you putting your life on the line, like this got to be it. You know what I'm saying? And then when it doesn't, it takes the air out the balloon for you, if you will. And so I just continue to move. Like you gotta continue to move, because if you stay in that place, then what you gonna get out of that? Nothing. Right. Your check's gonna stop. Your motivation gonna stop. And nobody got time for that. Like, we gotta keep this train moving, okay?
Yeah. And I like bills don't stop. That's right. And like you said in your bio, I keep myself active. and we have to keep ourselves active.
Stay busy.
Yes, we have to find our ways to tap in. And I think that what is so great is during the pandemic, so many people learned how to pivot. Black people always say we've been pivoting. We was pivoting in and out of slavery because we had to create opportunities for ourselves and our families. So I think that is just really dope. Now, also in your bio with your singing, you've been on different Philly artists albums. So what artists and songs would we know?
So this one in particular was one of my friends. His name is Khalif Lambert, and his handle on social media is I am Khalif. Mm-hmm. So he's an underground artist, but very, very talented. And he was like, people like, girl, come on, sing with me or whatever. Come on. So It's so funny that he made a song that I used for my Comedy After Dark promo video. So he kind of mirrored it off of Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'm on the background though. I'm like, for always and forever. Like I was in there, girl. And so I used that for my song. Comedy After Dark promo video. And I need to start putting that back up again because he did an excellent job and he's a great singer. So it was another artist. She didn't blow like I really wish she would have. But her real name is Tiffany. But what is her last name? Because I can't think of it. Anyway, she was a rapper. She went by the name of Red Bull at the time. Okay. And I was singing on hooks with her as well. You know, I'm just trying to get myself out there because when I was in elementary school, I had a group. And so it was 3 of us.
What was the name of the group, Alicia?
Oh, I cannot remember. That's so funny that because somebody asked me that before and I was like, I do not remember our name. But we would sing like Janae, we would sing SWV stuff, we would sing, anybody that was a girl group at the time, we would sing their stuff. Okay. And we was kind of dope. So from there I was like, I gotta keep singing. I gotta keep doing something. Like it's in me. Yes. This is in me.
Yes. Yeah. It's so funny because I remember, I think I was 12 when New Edition came out. And one of my neighbors came and she was like, y'all heard about this new and this new album? Is this the end? I remember to this day standing at my front, because my mother didn't play that company in the house. So we can get them to the front door, but they wasn't going no further. And we were singing, I learned, Is This the End in no time. I learned Popcorn Love, Mr. Telephone Man. Yeah. Like we were serious about it, okay? And my sister still tells the story when I was in camp. We did Prince, When Doves Cry. Marissa Robinson. We were arch enemies, but became best of friends in Camp Kamisha. And we did When Doves Cry with Prince. And my sister said, Aisha, your shirt was hanging off your shoulder. And you went down like this. And then your bra was showing. And I was like, oh, I'm telling mommy and daddy. I think that just the talent that we did. And we have a lot of this other generations behind us that are artists in the art field and stuff. And I just think that is such a needed thing in schools and everything. Like they say, keep the arts in the school, because this is how people express themselves. It's how we express ourselves. So what other projects are you working on, Alicia?
Well, I don't know if I could say the project, but I will say that, and comedian Kenny Williams. Yes. He called me, so I have something working on with him, and so that he's coming. He'll be in Atlanta, and we'll be filming something later on this month. So I'll just put that out there.
Kenny I love Kenny.
I do too.
Do you know DS Sanders out of
Who
Charlotte? DS. He's out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So him and Nick Lewis real cool. So DS used to always say me and Kenny had the best hair in the business. Y'all got the best hair. Because Kenny, I was like, yes, honey. We did most of our comic views we did here in Atlanta. So it's like we would just come into the city.
Well, Aisha, what you working on?
What? Let me tell you something. I'm working on a book. Here's the thing. It's so funny because I'm always creating, and in my head, and as a Sagittarius, and a lot of people may say that just as my zodiac sign do this, but I'm always creating, but I have to come out my head and put it down. Yeah. So, I did my first book that I actually put out was Dating After Marriage Chronicles. But the first book I ever wrote was like, You Big Win. That was in like 92. Was it 92? Like early 2000s. Okay. So I have another book, actually 2 more I'm writing, working on, and then I'm working on something for like television or film just a project. It was just like things come to me and I'm like, I look at things, I'm like, okay, well, I see that representation, but I don't see this representation. So just that. And then I have my Crazee Funny Sundays tomorrow night with you as a feature on the first show.
Hey, I'm in there.
Yes, I was like, Alicia, I need some tips in Atlanta on how to do this. And she was like, do this and that, and do that and that, and nah, and do this and that.
Wait, is that my accent?
Right. With that and doing that. If you do it like this, then you gotta do it like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I was like, who am I gonna put on my first show? And call some people that weren't available.
Wait a minute. Is that my accent though?
Like, do it like this and then do it like that. Like no, that ain't your accent. That's like, get to the point. Let's keep it moving and press it. And also, I got to shout out Brooklyn Mike. Brooklyn Mike is my big brother, and I hit him up too. And he was like, do it like this and do it like this. Yo, son, Queen. Now listen to what I'm saying. Yo. That's why I like your ass. Anyway, do it like this.
That's funny.
Yes,
that's funny. You know what? And I said that because a lot of people will say, like I was talking to light skinned Bobby Brown. And he was like, oh, what's up, my Philly sister? And this and that. Like he did the same thing. And I'm like, okay, so this is what y'all do. This is how I sound apparently to y'all. Like, so and I'm talking about this was just yesterday, so I can book him for Comedy After Dark or whatever, right? So I'm laughing. I'm like, well, son, you from New York, son. Like, what are you talking about, son? Like, so we going back and forth, but
they will stun you to death.
Yes, it was just hilarious. Like, I just hear people and you don't realize your accent until you're away from it for a while. So when I call my friends back home, I'm like, oh, is that how I say it?
Girl, no, let me tell you, yes. And it's so funny because here people can pick up the accent up north real quick.
Right.
My dad and my best friends, they're like, oh, you sound so country. And now when I do some of my videos, I'll re-record. I said, oh, I was like, that sounds real Southern. So you got the North, the South. It's a lot of accents, Aisha, going on. So it's all up in there. But it's just your personality. I pick it up. She's like, No, y'all have to see. When I was like, Alicia is funny as hell. And then when I met you, like the day you had your hair, when I met you, you had your hair down and all the stuff, whatever. So I was like, she's a pretty girl, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, she ignorant as hell. I was like, she ignorant as hell. And it's just so much. It's like being in this living room that's a comedy night. Yeah, we just having a good time.
And I think for me that's the element of surprise. Like when people see me, it's like, oh, what you here to do? You a poet? You want to do some poetry? Like, what you want to do? You want to sing? What you want to do? Like, no, I got these jokes. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Right. So I think that's the part where people are like, she too cute to my own horn. She's too cute to be a comedian. I'm like, no, we cute now. What you talking about?
Exactly. And you got to know how to switch it up. You go play. They be like, oh, this is like, people call it, be like, oh, we're having a comedy show. Can you do clean comedy? I'd be like, I'm a professional comedian. What you need? Now, if you want me to get up, no offense, if you want me to get up and tell jokes about the Bible, no, I don't do that because I don't read the Bible. People told me some of the stuff that was in there and I can quote that. But if you want a clean show, I can do that for you. Family friendly, I can do that for you. Corporate, I can do that for you. So you hire me, send the money, the joke's gonna get funny in advance. That's all. Period. Don't be judging how the hair look, the skin tone, none of that, the voice. Y'all want to hire and female. Let me explain something to you about female comedians. Female comedians funny. Don't get it twisted. We hold our own. And that's how I created Funny and Stilettos. I was like, no, females can sell tickets. We're funny and we don't all talk about the same thing all the time. So come on, we have some funny female comedians.
Yeah, and I think like that's where we have to be careful too. Like we're like a lot of promoters, you know what I'm saying? They have to be careful with how they're putting people on stage, because a lot of people will come to me and be like, oh, I want to get booked on the show, da, da, da. And I'm like, I need to know your comedy before I put you on the show, because I'm just not going to put you on one of my shows because I know what my audience is expecting. The one, they're expecting a good show, you know what I'm saying? And they're not going to pay for a ticket and they get in the same type of material throughout the show. So I try to make sure that I don't put the same type of material because I know your jokes, I know your comedy, I know your comedy style. So I want to make sure that I'm putting the right lineup together. So, it gets funnier. And you know what's so funny? What I was about to say, let me stick with that. it's funny, then funnier, then it gets to the funniest.
It's supposed to elevate. That's right.
Right. But I also understand that comedy is subjective as well, because what I find funny, you might not find funny, and vice versa. So people got to be careful, like who they put on stage and how the lineup goes, know? And yes, female comedians, we do sell tickets, and we don't always talk about the same material. It's not always about sex, and it's not always about that kind of thing. Like, we want to talk about relationship stuff. We want to talk about what happens in our day to day. We want to talk about being a parent, how that's hard. If you left a relationship, how that's hard or easy or whatever, how you date, like you said, dating after, what's your book?
Dating after Marriage Chronicles.
Right.
That's real life.
Pull some jokes out of that and talk about we go through stuff just like even our counterparts. Men go through things. We want to talk about that stuff too. Like, what you think about, Negro? What?
Yes. But do you, I find that it's like double standards when men get up and talk, male comedians get up and talk about things, and female comedians get up and talk about things. Now, you've been doing comedy for a while. You have gone to places and just been in the audience. And one thing about a comedian, you have to know how to read the room, but also you have to garner that attention and make them pay attention to you. And you'll watch a male will get up and he'll talk about these different things, be insulting, all of this. You can feel it the minute they introduce, but the minute it sounds like a female name, and it's a lot of times it's from the females.
Right.
You get all of the negative energy, the negative vibe. And I'm like, and it's like pulling teeth sometimes. Don't do that, y'all. And sometimes our audience, people that look like us, can be more challenging to perform for. So let everybody go up, do their thing. And I just believe in giving everybody an opportunity. I want to see your work. I want to see, because I need to know that you can do 5 minutes. I need to know that you can do 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And like, you take someone like Tony Woods. Tony Woods is hilarious. I don't care what show you put Tony on. That's my comedy boyfriend. He'd be like, all the big girls like me, Queen. He said that years ago. But Tony, whatever show you put him on, I don't care if the person is hype, or mellow. Tony gonna come up and he gonna stand in his truth and he gonna rock. I used to see him do this about the chicken crossing the road, and I used to be like, and he would kill it. He is who he is. He stands in his truth and he rocks out.
I gotta get him down here.
Tony, like when let me tell you something. I ain't even gotta be on the show, hint, but I'm coming to see Tony. That's my boyfriend.
I mean, listen, I always tell people too, like, help me, help y'all. Help me. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to call Tony?
Right. If you call him up and say, look, I got a room, blah, 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 and you, by all means, you could be back on the show. I don't care. Like, but that's how I run myself too. Like, if somebody has a connect that I don't have or whatever, or, I'll say such and such, if you get this person a headline real quick, you could feature. So I'll tell people that, because that makes it easier for me. I ain't got to do it.
But also not just that. It's like, if you're doing a show and if our weekends connect, when you're getting somebody to come to town, then it makes it more appealing to the artist, the comedian, because they're like, okay, see, here's the thing. This is what y'all need to understand. It's an unspoken rule. Comedians can call a comedian for a favor for not what their asking price is and get them. Your regular ass can't do that. It's just like, and it's just because it's the love that we have for what we do, the art, and for our community. So people are like, can you get this and this and that? I can't call nobody for you, and I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who your following is, how you do business. I can't put myself on the line. Like I tell people know if Queen Aishah called, I'm calling, and they know that it's real deal, it's business, and it's going to be professional. I'm not calling for no nonsense.
Correct. Right, and I pride myself in that too. That's right.
Yes, Tony will be. They would love Tony.
You have to make sure that when people call you, your name is not in no BS. You know what I mean? Right. Like, people can call you and say, I trust Alicia to do X, Y, and Z. I know she ain't with the BS. That's right. And I don't want people. I'm always about my business. I never want people to. I don't want my name to ever be in this industry as mud.
That's right.
That's right. And so when people call me or they get wind of who I am or whatever, wind of who I am.
Wait a minute, when you said, I was like, that Brian. You silly. She's so silly.
I'm just like, honestly, like, it makes me happy to know that I've done something in this industry that people know when they see Alicia Coley, or if they call me, or if they hear about me, they know that I'm a upstanding citizen or upstanding comic, you know, that's about her business, that I don't take no nonsense either. But I want to make sure that when they call me, they know that they can trust what I'm saying, the follow-ups, the results, all of that, you know, and it starts to speak for itself, because I put work in. You know, one of my goals, and I tell people, they're like, why you in Atlanta? Like, what happened or whatever? And I'm like, I wanted to come down here and do some comedy, right? But I also knew that I wanted to do some rooms. So what happened for me is, when I started doing comedy in Philly, and B Flat was one of my mentors or whatever, shout out to her again. She was like, just get on the stage and do it. We were doing Monday Madness at Helium Comedy Club every last Monday of the month. And so B Flat was the host. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna get on here, but I'm gonna take some comedy classes first, because I need to learn what the craft is about. I'm not just gonna get up there because I said some conversations and y'all just was laughing at it. Like, I'm not gonna disrespect the craft, which so many people do. I'm gonna take some comedy classes. So I did that, and I felt like I was ready, right? So it's okay. Let me. So I forget. Brad Trackman. He's a white comic in Philly. He was running a class, and I took his comedy class, and we did a comedy contest. And I would have won the contest, but I went over my time because I was just feeling it. I was like,
right.
And they was like, they shut the mic off. I was like, but I kept talking. When they shut the mic off, I kept talking. I was like, no, y'all gonna get these jokes. No, I'm not done.
I think that's some BS too. Because when I did Showtime at the Apollo, I said ass too many times. Really? So I done beat out all the guys, but now really, and I think the finals is gonna be me, Raj G, may she rest in peace, and I think Coca Brown. And I was like, really, whatever. Run me my little bit of money check.
Right.
I done touched this stage many times. I'm grateful for it. Y'all trying to play me out.
Right. Yes. So but they ain't gonna never forget. Okay. They ain't never gonna forget. But so after that, that's when I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. So then B Flat was like, go ahead and just get on stage. So this particular time, there was a young lady from Jersey. She had more time on stage than me. And I was like, yo, you need to let TORY was hosting, because B Flat wanted the headline. Oh gosh, I can't remember the other lady's name, but she does like a Michael Jackson set or whatever, real funny lady. I can't remember. Anyway, we're all on the show.
It's early. It's Saturday funny. It's early. Go ahead.
Right. It's ladies lined up. And so we got TORY to host that show. And so TORY was like, no, you still new, Alicia. You need to go first. That's just the way it goes. Da, 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 da. I'm like, look, I'm funny. You sure you want to put me up first? Like,
when you start off, you be looking for, I'm like, y'all need to know I'm funny. Put me up. But that energy though, Alicia, that energy gets doors open. Like, that's how I got on doing radio in DC. We were out someplace, it was happy hour, and I was like, I want to perform. And Easy Street from Afternoon Drive had me on there, had me doing characters, and then he told the morning show man Russ Parr about me, and I got on the morning show. That's the energy. But studying the craft, I'm gonna let you go. Studying the craft, I was reading books, studying comedians when they came to town, local, international. You have to do that work.
Yes,
get that brush, get in front of the mirror. Nothing takes the place of the microphone. You gotta work.
Right. So the young lady, I go up first. Because he made me go up first. I killed the crowd, right? Everybody, ha ha, like ha, da da da. I'm like, yeah. So I get off. I'm like, all right, thank you. That's my time. My name is Alicia Coley, blah blah blah. TORY come back out, and he like, yeah, you know, da 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 da. Now we about to bring up blah blah blah, because he's already seen her before. So he's reading as a host and vet comedian. He knows, like, dang, I don't know if she's gonna be able to follow this. So I go backstage, and me and him are talking. And he's like, yeah, you done killed the crowd. I don't even know how she gonna come back from that. And the crowd is like silent. Like, you can't, they're not laughing. And it's not that she wasn't funny. It's just that the jokes hit a little bit different. And I always was a ticket seller. So I had a lot of my people in there that know I'm stupid. That, and you know, when your crowd is in there, they know, like, oh, this girl down. You know what I'm saying? So they're laughing.
Right.
And that plays a part in it too.
That's right.
So yeah, she got up there. He was like, "Yeah, you done messed the crowd up." I was like, "I told you I was funny. Like I told you, like
I already
come up.
told you.
Told you to put me up second.
I'm a baby feature."
Okay, a baby
at that time, I'm a baby feature. I told you, get prepared.
Yes.
I'm ready. Yes, and then the host job, like you were talking about, the show is to elevate, it's to go up. It's not supposed to be like this. If it goes like this, that's where the host, being neutral, is to bring it where it needs to be, so you can introduce and it can be a smooth transition for the next performer. So it's kind of like the host job to take all the ass licks. You know what I'm saying? Like, mess with me, don't mess with my performers. Right. You know who was a great host who I really like? Talent. Oh yeah, Talent. Like, he murders hosting. Like, yes, he is.
And he's sick with it. It's crazy. Yes. I did his show earlier this year. He was in we were in Jersey, and I'm like, this man knows how to come in and he uses some of his jokes for sure in between. But it's like, how do you? I don't know. He mastered it. Like, how do you come in, grab him again, ha 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 ha, and then you don't. You still make sure the comedian that's coming up after your hosting still gets their just desserts as well. You know, he does amazing. Like you're right.
When he even, like, rest in peace, Biz Markie. When he did Biz Markie's funeral, I was like, he killed it. Like, I'm like, at the funeral. Like,
I'm glad. I'm glad that he's the talent that he is, and I wish I was at their funeral, because
I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Really. He really did. He did well. Who else is a great host? Is Bruce.
I've never seen him host.
Bruce, when he hosted, all the times that I did Comic View was a great time. But Bruce did it, and it didn't hit me till years later that it was actually during, I believe, yes, it was in July. It was around the time of Essence Music Festival. New Orleans was packed. Bruce introduced everyone, even if he didn't know you. He gave you the introduction, like you were the star, y'all were the coolest. He made sure, like, it was so much fun. I think that year, like, everybody got the greatest introduction. And if their performance didn't go well, it's just that it just didn't go well.
Because you're not going to have a great performance all the time.
Please and thank you. Like, people go to work. I'm like, you ain't giving your best every time you go to work. You not. And we not all the time. Sometimes we cramping. We got a headache. We had an argument, a fight, need some sex, had too much sex, was drinking. All that happened. It's like, we are human beings.
Right.
Stop, relax.
Right. Right. I had, I was in Florida earlier this year, and I was supposed to, well, not supposed to, I was booked for a show back in Atlanta. I'm tired. I was so tired. I got to the show and I did not feel like myself. I almost crashed into somebody's car in the parking lot. I was like, dang, I probably would have left a note, pulled off, or went in the party and was like, listen, I just hit y'all car. I'm sorry. I don't know what I would have did, but it's like, when I got in that show and was supposed to give my best, I just couldn't. Sometimes you just can't break through your tiredness. You know, like, sometimes if you're going through something or whatever, you just can't break through. Now, does that mean you should cancel the show, or does that mean you should keep on going with whatever, you know, you already been paid to do? You know, and I think sometimes people got to look at that and be like, oh, maybe she going through something. But then, you know, audience or people that has paid you, they be like, I don't care what you going through. You
hell, I done paid my last. I done sold food stamps to get these damn tickets. Ha ha ha, make me laugh. Ha
ha. Right. And I'm gonna give you what I got.
Right.
And sometimes I can't give you no more than that, because that's all I got.
Right. That's all.
That's all I got.
You be having a review at work and they be telling you today, this month, your ass ain't show up. Well, we be having those too, but we get it. You paid your money. We get it, but they be paying y'all and y'all be doing all y'all need to do. Y'all be punching in early and punching out late and you ain't did no work.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I think those things are important. What advice would you give to a female comedian that is interested in coming in the game? How to start, how to prepare, how to connect? What advice would you give to them?
Is she cute or ugly?
No, let me explain something to you. Hold on. Let me get close. That make a difference. Let me tell you something. If you is unattractive, attractive. If you ain't got pretty girl swag on your side, you better use all your ugly, man or woman, use all your ugly and make it funny. No, for real.
I was playing like
all of it. No, I'm dead ass. No, it's for real. No, because the thing about it is the audience judge. Here's the thing. At least you know if you come up and you too cute, if you smell too good, if your clothes is fitting, you have females
mm-hmm.
in the audience, regular audience members, that's gonna hate. And you have some of your female counterparts that will do the same. Let's speak truth today.
Girl, I've been through it all. Like
mm-hmm.
if you like all of like, and I don't feel like I come off like anything. I just feel like I'm regular degular. Like I feel like I'm in a room, you know,
mm-hmm.
I'm talking to people or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make myself feel like, I don't make people feel like, or I don't feel like I give off the thing that I'm bougie. Maybe they just reflect or project that on me.
Thing too. I think that because sometimes we come in a room and we're just focused. We're just focused and we're reading the room. We're checking the audience thing. We view comedy shows. We go to comedy shows and look at a comedian different than a regular person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you be like, damn, how they come up with that? They must get high as hell. That was funny. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. You be like, damn, they must smoke a lot of weed. I don't drink and smoke. So I'm like, damn. Because it's so creative. It's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So I think that sometimes as a female, being pretty, put together, and if you open your mouth and they hear your confidence and your up north or just that accent of confidence, an accent of confidence, that I think it can be intimidating. And for guys, you know how they do. If they're ones that are controlling or insecure, because a lot of them keep more stuff going, then they can try to dirty up your name or think they can treat you a certain way too. You got to pull up and let them know. Let me explain. Don't take my admiration for being weak. I ain't no punk.
Right. So like, okay, so back to the advice though. One, I would just say do it. Because that's what I was told. Just get up there and do it. But another thing is, again, like respecting the craft. You know, take some classes, sit down and spend time studying, you know, people's videos and, you know, other comics that came up in it. Like, what did they do? What can you do differently? Find your lane. If you are a Black comedian, but you like to work white rooms, then stay over that side. If you are a Black comedian, you like to work Black rooms, you know, stay on that side. But if you like to do both, make sure your material hits for both sides of the equation or whatever. But also, I would just say just try to.
Equation was math. Go ahead.
Right. Because 2 + 2 is 7, you know. But you know, I just would say, you know, be careful because people will try to take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not want to come down here and work for chicken and French fries platters. That was just not my goal. That wasn't the thing for me. So when I came down here, I wanted to put money in people's pockets. I wanted to make sure that comics got paid, because when I started working the comedy scene down here, I was appalled. Like, I'm like, y'all not getting paid. Like, but your face on the flyer, but y'all not getting, it's not paid. Like, and you know, and in Philly, it don't matter. Like, I was one of the younger comics in the game. But I always got a check. No matter how new I was or whatever. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to make sure that people get a check if they're in the rooms that I'm promoting and cultivating and bringing to the fore? Like, I want to have comics get paid. Now, I will tell a comedian, depending on the room, because I got 3 rooms now. Depending on the room, you might get this, and then you might get that. But you're going to get something, right? You know. So, and I think they respect that. You know, they're more apt to working with me because they know that I'm gonna just keep it gully. Like, this is what this is what we're gonna do.
Right. And knowing in advance, I think that also is a East Coast up north thing, because, you know, in New York, and I don't know what it is now, you can do a room in New York back in the day and you can hit 5 rooms depending on traffic and what train and where you got to be. You can hit 5 rooms, do 15 minutes, and you walk easily that night. You can have $500 or better, depending on the room, depending on the site, the promoter, all of that type of stuff. But we make sure that you have money in your pocket. And I think that is something that helps with self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? With your craft and you wanting to work it, and you're not supposed to begrudge your gift. If it's your gift, some people doing comedy and it's really not your gift. It's not, no, that ain't me, but I'm just saying.
Right.
So, but I think that's important. Like when I lived in Los Angeles, like I always called Los Angeles college. You know, that's where you're a student. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that going on stage is for you to be seen. However, as a grown woman with confidence and understanding and knowing that I'm not here to suffer, God ain't say that I know I need to do. Like I tell people, I'm a working comedian. What I ain't gonna be is for hell without. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be without. I'm gonna create opportunities for myself and bring somebody along the way, whatever that is. So in LA, you didn't get money like that. Because even in Los Angeles, I was promoting show, and unbeknownst to me, that's like a taboo, especially if they don't really know you, because you're a comedian and you want to be a promoter. No, stay in your lane. But this is what I was doing already. You know what I'm saying? So I connected with flappers, which they were very accepted, and I would do my funny and stiletto shows there. You know, and then they would have me come in and host, and then I was killing all their talent shows and stuff. And my cousin was like, Aisha, can you please stop getting these damn talent shows? So you have to find your lane. It's certain clubs that it just don't work for you at that time, or the promoter, it don't fit, or they move a certain way, don't want to pay you, don't want to respect. Let me tell you something. If you're any place you are, if they are not respecting you, the person that is in charge don't respect you, you can go in there, you can kill it, but all you're going to do is kill it. You're not going to have any type of growth any other way there, because it's uncomfortable. Even if you say it ain't uncomfortable, it is not in alignment. It is not in harmony. I will not be bringing my ass back up in here. No, I'm not doing it. And then let me tell you something. I know I put asses in seats. If I call somebody and say, hey, come to the show, I'm doing this spot or whatever, people are going to come. So why would I support your business and you don't respect me on my people? I'm not doing it.
Right.
I ain't doing it. Right. It's going to be our last time here. Thank you and good night. Grand opening, grand closing. Hell no.
Correct. No, and I feel you on that. And people gotta, like you said, go where you're celebrated. Like I get all of that. And I ain't gotta come back in here and give you space, no more money at all. You know, and I want to say shout out to myself, because
yes. And then they would be like, they be like, she real arrogant. No, shout out to me first, because damn it, I gotta shout me out to feel good in my spirit. I gotta know I rock with me.
Right. And people should do that. Like you gotta rock with yourself first.
Yes.
Shoot. Like if you don't, what's wrong with you?
Yes.
But I just want to say, like, I have put so much work in. I have well, first of all, let me just say, when I started Eddie's Place 5 years ago, right? I was riding down the street and I saw them sitting on the side of a gas station selling barbecue.
Okay.
Right. And I just walked up because I had other business stuff that I wanted to talk to them about, as far as my Italian Nights or whatever. Right.
You ain't got to talk about that too. That's right. You got to promote that.
So they were like, oh, well, we about to open up a restaurant and you just said you a comedian and we got a stage. They ain't had no damn stage. They had a floor. But
we're going to work it. We need a box.
We evolved into a stage.
We used to have you up on at something.
We got a stage now.
Girl,
but
yes, make it work.
It was really nice to put myself out there to do that. And then to have people be okay and trust the fact that I knew what I was doing. Now, I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what I was doing.
But in your spirit.
So then, sometimes you got to finagle some stuff.
Go with it. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because a lot of people will say, oh, I put this, and this on my bio, and that shit wasn't true. I'm like, oh, that's smart.
Who gonna share?
Right.
And especially nowadays.
I just saw I saw somebody today that said they gonna put that they used to work for Twitter because they ain't gonna do the check or whatever. But anyway, so I did that, and then word started to get out like, she's funny, she can do a room, she can blah blah blah, she paid, like
create opportunity for yourself.
Create opportunities. So then Empire Lounge came along, and Double D used to run this room, Empire Lounge. They had some, things where they had to part ways or whatever, because Double D started traveling and stuff like that. So they called me And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I'm in there. So I've been doing that room for 3 years. And then now, I don't even know how this man got my name. But now Jules Lounge in Lawrenceville, they called me. And now we're doing rooms. We doing rooms at, shows at this room. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, if you put the work in, the more work that you put in is going to come. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to start seeing what you do. The fruits of your labor are going to start creating more fruit. And I believe that.
Now, I was on a date a few months ago, and you were doing another spot in Snellville. What's the restaurant?
Escovich's.
Yeah, Escovitch. You still, is that a once? That's every few months or something, right?
Well, that was once a month. So we're not doing that anymore. We had some talks, and we had to, dissipate that relationship.
We had to part ways.
Yeah. And that's all good because it was a learning experience or whatever. But the food is still good at the restaurant. I still will go there and eat. We just can't do comedy at that. Now, maybe it's for somebody else to do, and that's fine.
No, that's for real. And know how to pass it on.
Pass it on, and that's what me and the owner talked about. It's like, if somebody else, you want to bring somebody else in, I'll still support it because I ain't no hater.
Right. And the thing about it is creating win-win situations. Like at these venues, we have to create win-win situations. We have to make it where it's balanced and everybody walks away happy. Now, we can't please everybody, but at least we got to be fair.
Correct.
Like the place I'm starting the comedy show, Zona's Caribbean Restaurant Bar and Grill. This is a Dominican restaurant, and me and my friend Joan, we were going out Sunday before she moved to Dubai to teach. And I was like, we're going to go to this restaurant. I've been passing it, and I just feel in my spirit the food good because it's like Caribbean. It's kind of got like Spanish and Caribbean. We're going to go up in there. Girl, I walked up in that room and saw a stage. And if you ain't a performer, if you're a performer and you walk in and you see a stage and you don't even talk to the stage or the stage don't talk to you, then you need to get reconnected. I was like, they got a nice stage and they got lights. I was like, what they doing with this stage?
Right.
And I said something to one of the waitresses, and then I went to the restroom, came back. Within that amount of time, this is alignment. The owner happened to be there. He came over, had a conversation with Joan. Joan said, oh, it's not me, it's my friend. She went to the restaurant. He came back to me when I was there. He was like, hey, you want to talk business, Jose? You want to talk business now or later? Blah, blah, blah. He was ready. Yeah. And it took us some months getting it together. And tomorrow, that's what we're going to have it. We're going to put our flyer up for our show tomorrow, honey.
Hey, I can't wait.
Zona's Bar and Grill.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, she cute or whatever. Look at her.
Yes. Okay. And Mario Tory, Mario is everywhere, performing everywhere, doing everything. And he's headlining tomorrow. So he probably couldn't make, he probably saw my text if he saw it this morning.
Right. He probably still asleep.
But Mario's an awesome comedian. You can follow him on IG. ALISHA Coley is on IG. You can follow her. Come out to the show tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Time, because the time changed. I can't remember. I get all that confused. But the show is going to be, it's from 7 to 9. Because here's the thing. We're in the Bible Belt. We in Georgia. We know that people got to go to work, but it's Thanksgiving week too. So it's kind of like your pre-Thanksgiving celebration. Right. Your pre-Queen Aishah birthday is on the 29th, all that. And here's the thing. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Okay. People, let's talk about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving this year going to look different. Thanksgiving too damn expensive. Okay. And for Black people, Thanksgiving is not about the pilgrim. Lord sends to the pilgrims, wherever they at, shout out. Thanksgiving for Black people is like the winter family reunion. You know what I'm saying? It's like we inside, like y'all outside, we inside.
Right.
And our family reunions, at least I don't know about y'all's, but our family reunions coming up was organized. The macaroni and cheese looked pretty. I don't eat ham, even the ham. Everything on the table was pretty. It was set. You had your silverware, your cloth napkins. Everybody was dressed. Grandma hooked it up. And we had talent shows.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we had talent shows. Everybody was talented. We gonna sing and dance. Yes, my sister and her Friendsgiving last Saturday, and we was up there. Somebody gonna sing a song, do a cartwheel, something. But Thanksgiving nowadays, girl, it changed. We got paper plates and plastic forks from the dollar store, and I want to see another foil pan. Let the foil pan shopping begin. I was in the supermarket yesterday.
I got a couple of them last night.
Girl, I was like, "Ooh, these foil pans gonna drive me crazy."
Right.
So tell us about your Thanksgiving experience and any tips you need to give to the people for Thanksgiving rules and regulations.
So my mom is flying in. People don't know, but she coming in, and I can't wait to eat. Only thing I will not be doing this year, but I don't really do it anyway, is posting pictures of my food. I'm
I
so
don't
sick of
post
the
it
same.
after I
Like
eat. I do
we
that
we
after I
eat
eat.
the same thing.
Some people
We
be
be
hungry. Everybody Thanksgiving eat the same because I feel like I be teasing people, so I do it after. Because I want y'all to curse my food.
right. But I'm saying, like, I don't want to see no pictures. Like, okay, your turkey browner than somebody else's turkey. You got glaze on your turkey. You use the little ginger ale on your turkey to get the browning done.
Ale. Is that a thing?
Yeah, girl.
Ginger ale on the... No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, put a
That
little
must
bit
be
of
some
this
shit they
on.
doing tequila. That must be something they doing tequila. I ain't never heard of ginger ale. I can see rum.
Okay, that might work too. I'm gonna try that.
Okay. But yeah, the pictures, it's gonna be interesting because I'm gonna say this about Thanksgiving and Black people. Our Thanksgiving food is the most unhealthiest shit ever. So we really need to change up. Let's just talk about it. Like,
is it unhealthy?
the shit we eating is unhealthy, and then we sitting on it, and it's the winter time, a fall, and we ain't going outside. It's how we put it together. Like, I'm making my own cranberry sauce. I make it from scratch.
That's probably gonna be good too. I need some of that.
Sugar and some orange zest. Real easy. Easy. This
Put me some on the side.
Okay, this Thanksgiving, it's me. Let me tell you something. I was married for over 23 years. We used to do Thanksgiving like 30 people plus. Have the whole salmon, stuff the salmon. We used to do a turkey. Then we used to get the turkey from Popeyes. Let me explain something to y'all. That Popeyes turkey, don't sleep on it.
Listen.
I don't eat meat today, but on Thanksgiving, so you got Popeyes turkey. It 2 hours. Thaw it in the refrigerator for 2 days. Cook it in 2 hours. It's the bestest turkey ever.
Had one last year for the first time. I was like, no, the year before. I was like, I didn't even know Popeyes had a turkey.
Let me explain something to you. And depending on where you are, they will actually do it for you, and you can pick it up on Thanksgiving Day. That turkey there, and then at the end, you need to make the gravy and you need to make the soup for a couple of days. See, when I used to eat turkey, my mother would do, and you would have turkey sandwiches on that wheat bread or rye bread. If you ain't from up north, Alicia, if you don't eat rye bread is my favorite bread.
I love rye bread.
Yeah, I be going to the store. It costs $50,000 now for rye bread and butter. But I would get that, butter it up, and maybe sometimes put a little grape jelly. Oh my God, I'm having a throat orgasm. Yes. But so we eat turkey sandwiches, turkey soup.
Listen, you know what's so crazy? Talking about all of the stuff that you make after Thanksgiving with the turkey. My mom used to do that too. Like, I would have turkey sandwiches, turkey soup, turkey salad.
Yes.
Like, I know this turkey bad by now. Like,
it's
how,
sour.
Mom? How?
Your mother said it's good.
Why are you doing this to me? Like, why are you doing this to me?
She throws some carrots in there, some celery, green peppers, a little noodles, and you're like, this is so good. It tastes a little
But this
sour.
why my stomach ain't shit now. Like,
that's when mamas was cooking real food. Like, for real. Like, I think about wasting something or me not finishing something in the refrigerator. I just hear Geraldine. My mother don't believe in wasting no food.
Right.
She don't believe that. If you ain't gonna eat it now, put it in the freezer. Call somebody. I got a sweet potato on my refrigerator that's like huge. My sister's husband's family has a farm. I'm like, it's me. What am I doing with all the sweet potato? But I'm gonna go ahead and cut some up to make a souffle. Then I'm gonna do some sweet potato pie and then put it in the freezer.
Right.
Because I like sweets. If y'all can't tell, I'm a killer sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna act like I'm real bougie and organic. I'm gonna use organic coconut sugar this year.
Okay. A little organic.
Just some pink kernel. And then go get some Bry's ice cream and throw everything off. Just confused.
Right. See, your stomach ain't shit either. Your stomach don't know what to do. Right, like, I got organic over here and unnatural shit over here. Like, what we doing?
Cleanser. You better get you a cleanser. This right here will knock your life right. Right here. Okay. Let me tell you something. Dr. Bo will knock your whole left side out. So when y'all finish.
Right. You remember that 5 pounds you ate? Take this right here and get that 5 pounds out. Like, out you. Like, just get it. Let's get this Dr. Bo.
Yes, honey. Let me tell you something. ALISHA Coley, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm glad that you got to have your time. God know what he doing. He know. Yeah. You got to have your time. Please let us know how we can reach you. Book Alicia Coley. Call her for advice on how to do your comedy set.
I'm about to start charging for advice, though.
No, but that's a business. Write out all the ways you can make money.
Right.
Consultation, you get the first 3 minutes free, and then we moving on. You need to pay me.
There you go.
Don't be asking comedians to do nothing for free.
Right.
Just because you think it's easy work, from the time you book me, I got to put my outfit together, get my nails done, hair done, write my set out, how I'm going to get there. Is you giving me a hotel room? All that stuff. Don't ask
all of it.
So Lele, how can they
That really is my nickname. That's funny.
I've been all morning, I've been holding back, but I'm gonna say it now. Lele! And you ain't talking about your
all my cousins call me that. That is so funny. So they can follow me, Alicia Coley, on everything. ALISHA COLEY on everything. Yes. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of that. And also my Peace Your Peace brand is peace, like PIECE, your peace, like the peace sign. So Peace Your Peace, that's my mental health awareness, emotional health awareness brand. My Swallows Italian Ice will be back when it gets a little bit warmer again. We've been killing the game with that. What else I got? 5 photos, 360 photo booth business. Like, I'm just doing everything. I need checks on checks on checks.
Yes, and her website is thealishabrand.com. Very awesome website.
Thank you.
See, just what you didn't know. You know, my dad had an ice cream business in Newark, New Jersey for over 20 years. He employed over 100 people. Yeah.
Nice.
I love
I'm going to get to that.
I love sprinkles.
Me too. You call them sprinkles too?
Yes, honey, rainbow sprinkles. I will go to the store, Alicia, and buy sprinkles.
See, we call them jimmies.
I've heard that, but we call them sprinkles. That's a the rainbow sprinkle. I don't want chocolate. I don't want one solid color. They got to be rainbow.
Yeah, rainbows are good. Like the rainbow jimmies is the shit. Yeah.
And I'd be like, can you layer them? Give me ice cream sprinkles. No, for real. So so Alicia, she got it going on. So make sure y'all follow her on all social media. Her videos is funny as hell. She is super simple. she's silly. So she's gonna post up all types of crazy stuff and give her commentary on how she feels. So also make sure you check us out. Crazee Funny Sundays. The first show is tomorrow, November 20th, 7 p.m. So if you're not in the Atlanta, Georgia area, you're watching this later, tell your people to tell their people to tell a friend to come through.
Because they know somebody in Atlanta. They know somebody.
Everybody knows somebody. I was talking to the AT&T girl yesterday trying to get on my auto pay. I don't really play with auto pay because I don't play with people playing in my bank account.
Right, because we ain't that type of grown.
Look, I need to say that $10 though.
Right.
Because all them $10 adds up. Go ahead. I'm going to go paperless and auto pay. Give me my $10. And I need the credit because I've been trying to do this for 2 months. She's like, I'm trying to come to Atlanta or Houston. I love it. I'm in Biloxi, Mississippi. I said, we ain't got no room.
Right. Why you so crazy?
We full. Atlanta full. Lawrenceville getting full. We live in a very nice. People be like, oh, I want to live here. Come up to Gwinnett because they're gonna act different when they come to Gwinnett. Gwinnett got issues, but they're gonna pull up different.
Girl, that's a whole nother hour.
Okay. So Alicia, thank you so much for rocking with me. And I Know Dope People. Follow me on social media, Queen Aishah everywhere. I Know Dope People on IG. Alicia, have an awesome weekend.
You too.
See you tomorrow. Put on your good bra and good draws. And
thank you.
Peace and blessings. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Give it up for Alicia Coley for stopping through and hanging with me. She is hilarious. Check her out on all social media. Give it up for my girl, Katanya, my producer. I told her to come camera ready today, but Katanya was missing in action. I did very good today. I brought the show up on my own. Katanya, are you camera ready? She probably not. I was looking for Katanya. I even texted and called Gabby 2 times. I actually text Gabby because kids that's her daughter. Kids don't care nothing about a phone. They're not picking up. They're going to be like, text me. I was like, where your mother at? Then I had to pray that everything was okay. So Katanya's birthday is on the 24th. Mine is on the 29th. Katanya in Baltimore. Be more careful. She probably started celebrating already. Okay? But I brought everything up on my own. I missed a little few things, but not many. But Katanya, you ain't camera ready. She not responding to me. She ain't even put nothing in the chat. Hey, Katanya. I'm trying to unmute you. Hey, Hey, girl.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Where are you going, Katanya? You look cold. You got a coat on.
Good morning.
Scary.
Yes, I
Katanya
am being a teen mom this morning.
She got somebody running the board from the car. You see what I'm saying? This is why I wanted to shout you out because you're so damn awesome. Katanya is everywhere doing everything. Right. She is this is for real.
Got the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi. Thank you, Katanya, for being awesome. Okay, Katanya was out at some ball last night. I don't even know
Black Girls Vote.
Black Girls Vote. She has an awesome job in Baltimore City, working. I don't know if we can even talk about that. What you do.
The Mayor's Office of Employment Development.
Yes. And
I am a business services representative, and I collaborate with businesses to help them hire qualified job seekers.
Okay. And she was modeling for Crystal's bridal shower. She does Priceless Gown Project. And Katanya just be making that. Let me tell y'all something. Let me explain something to y'all. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to do it. Katanya be trying to make me, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to put lipstick on. I don't want to put proper clothes on. I don't want to put a bra on. I don't want to go to this. I don't want to. Aisha, you have to do it. I mean, please. This is Katanya. I'm like, she is really.
And I thank you.
And I thank you. And that's why I want you to come on camera today and just be like, I appreciate you. I love and appreciate you. You are awesome, awesome, awesome. Katanya be up 3 o'clock in the morning. Be up until 3 o'clock in the morning. And then back up at 6. And then Christopher, her grandson, they be battling. Because Christopher want noodles. Christopher want the phone. And Katanya just so peaceful. She's so peaceful. And she still be doing everything. And keeping it pressing. So thank you. Make sure you take care of yourself. Wishing you all the blessings and abundance that you can stand in your new year and beyond. You so awesome.
Thank
you. You must be a Sagittarius. You must be a Sagittarius.
You know it.
Love you.
What else?
Thank you.
It's yeah.
Yes. Hey, Gabby.
I'll call you later.
I know she saw my text. I know Gabby saw my text.
Yes. That's Imani in the back. Say hi.
Hey, Imani.
That's Imani.
I'm going to give a half eye. What's up, Imani, baby? Hey, lady. Well, y'all have an awesome day. I just dropped
Gabby off for basketball practice. And
okay. Honey,
thank you, baby. You too.
And they do it as a family unit. Thank you. Love and appreciate you. Everybody have a great day. Queen Aishah, have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family and friends. Be safe. Don't bring no extras to nobody's house. We ain't got food and money for that. Peace and love.